A good Thursday afternoon, everybody. I'm meteorologist Ben Dery. Thanks for checking us out on our streaming platform. The main headline is the potential for wet weather. We are tracking scattered showers and thunderstorms out over the Dakotas, just starting to push into far western Minnesota, and there's a marginal risk for severe weather with some of those storms, again, in the far western part of the state. So that's what's happening today. There is potential for heavy rain tonight, but the emphasis for where we're seeing the higher rainfall totals, we're talking several inches of rain trending further south. So we're kind of highlighting the Minnesota River Valley and the I-90 corridor where we could see more than just an inch or two of rainfall. Still, a wet Friday morning commute is expected for areas around the Twin Cities and especially further south where, again, several rounds of heavy rain is in the forecast. Here's our radar satellite composite, seeing some bonus sunshine around the Twin Cities. And as a trough of low pressure deepens to our west, you can see widely scattered thunderstorms are developing over the Dakotas, and you can see some scattered activity across the international border as well. Once we get into the latter half of this afternoon, we will notice some of those storms become a bit stronger across far western Minnesota. We'll pause this at 5 o'clock this evening. This is probably going to be our best window of seeing any severe weather. We get into the peak daytime heating hours. That combined with this weather system approaching is going to give us that chance at maybe seeing some hailers, maybe some locally strong winds as well. Once we get into the evening hours and especially overnight tonight, the threat for any additional severe weather is fairly low. This is midnight tonight. Notice some non-severe rumbles across the international border. Rain chances just starting to push into the Twin Cities, and the heaviest rain still expected to our south and west. So there's the Minnesota River Valley. There's I-90 right there, and you can see that heavy rain will come in waves during the pre-dawn hours of Friday and even into the first half of the day. Thinking by noontime on Friday, most of the showers are going to start to exit the Twin Cities area, slow to leave across southeastern Minnesota, and it might take until later tomorrow evening for us to totally be done with the rain. Maybe a couple of spotty showers on the back edge of this, but drier air will be advecting in, and we do expect totally dry conditions as we head into your Saturday and Sunday. Here's your precip forecast. Forecast models continue to show some pretty impressive rainfall totals, just given the ingredients we have in place, the amount of moisture that's in the air, and the strength of this weather system as it pushes on through. Notice areas from Brainerd up through the Iron Range, probably going to miss out on the heavier rainfall totals. The highlighted areas here, you can see these brighter colors. That's where broad brush, 1 to 2, maybe 3 inches of rain is possible, with some locally higher amounts. I would not be surprised if we saw some isolated locations see 3, 4, maybe even up to 5 inches of rain coming within about a 12-hour time frame. If we do see that, do expect to see some swelling of creeks and streams, maybe even some minor urban flooding as well. But keep in mind that many of these areas have not seen any significant rainfall over the last couple of weeks. So the soil's pretty dry, should be allowed to soak up a lot of that moisture, but some of that could be excessive. So if you know of any poor drainage areas that are kind of in this area, watch for some of that minor flooding as we head into your Friday morning. Again, we do certainly need the rainfall. This is the latest drought monitor, which was released today, and notice those areas in that deeper orange shaded color. That's severe drought. That does include parts of southwest Minnesota, central and northeastern Minnesota still under severe drought. We've actually seen an expansion of that up over the Arrowhead, where we have not seen really significant rain in a while. And notice we've also already included the Twin Cities in moderate drought. That is a downgrade from the abnormally dry conditions we had last week. And you can see why. Here is our yearly precipitation so far. Now, a lot of numbers to take in, but you can certainly see the theme. The top number is how much precip we've seen so far. That's observed, so that includes the snowfall we saw over the winter months. This is since January 1st, by the way. The middle number is the average or the normal, and then the bottom number is the departure from normal. And you can see all of us are in the red. Twin Cities over 4 inches below average, St. Cloud nearly 4 inches. But look at Brainerd. Brainerd's picked up less than 6 inches of precipitation so far this entire year. The normal is closer to 15. We are more than 9 inches below average for precipitation. So you can understand why we have that deficit, why we have drought conditions, that severe drought that's starting to expand across north central Minnesota. You can see International Falls about 6 inches below normal. Rochester just 2 inches below, so a little bit better in the southeastern part of the state. The rain chances will be limited to Friday. Once we get into Saturday and Sunday, we clear out to kind of that hazy sunshine that we've seen most of this week. That haze is from distant wildfires from the Pacific Northwest, about 1,000 miles to our west. So still a bit hazy this weekend, but overall pretty decent weather is in the forecast. Lots of sunshine, and even though there's haze in the sky, I don't think it's going to have an impact on our air quality. Most of this week, we've kind of been in that moderate territory, and I expect that to be the case as we head into your Saturday and Sunday as well. So for today, afternoon storms stay out west. It is still going to be hot and hazy today, near 90 for our forecast high today. And it might be the last day we see 90 for a while. We get the rain chances and clouds moving in for your Friday. That's going to certainly keep our temperatures cooler. Look at this. Parts of southern Minnesota might not get out of the 60s for forecast highs, so easily could be the coolest day of the month so far. In the Twin Cities, I don't think we've seen 60-degree temperatures since June. Once we get into the weekend, the sunshine helps to warm us back into the mid-80s, and the first full week of August looks pretty quiet with possibly a few stray showers by next Tuesday.